Welcome back to Good Morning Football. Let's get to these highlights. Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns, Lamar Jackson, 33 pass TDs, 40 total TDs. So Mark and the Funky Bunch are feeling the good vibrations. Speaking of the Funky Bunch, there it is. Mark Andrews, he gets in.
That video gets real, man.
Oh, it does get real.
Sexy as hell.
You ain't lying about that.
The weights around.
Sexy as hell, this offense.
Oh, yeah,
Rochambeau. I never understood why they call it Rochambeau, though.
What is the background of that?
Rock, paper, scissors. Lamar dropping back. He steps up in the pocket. How about this? He throws a back shoulder high and away in traffic with the pocket collapsing. He knows that it's a good throw because he's showing all the energy. And Harbaugh, of course, is feeling it as well. How about that? 138 passing yards, 2 TDs just before the half. My man was on fire. But how about this? This team, they're not fired up. They're not on fire. And some guys might get fired. But till then, Odell Beckham gets in the end zone. That's back in the end zone. And then he does the Marcus Peters dance. They were jawing back and forth. I kind of like to see it. As long as no blows are thrown, I'm okay with a little trash talk. They go for a 2-point conversion. Some say they should have just kicked the field goal, went down by 8, but they went for it, and it's a drop ball by Ricky Seals-Jones. And Odell, he's mad. He's frustrated. He's saying, I'll make a catch for you. How about you come back to me? What are you doing? Just look at the defense. They can't stop me. The Ravens, they win 31-15.
All right, let's do this. It's one thing if there's the one who got away. It's another thing if that one comes into your house and makes out with their new husband in front of you.
Whoa.
That's basically what it was like for Bears fans who've had to hear, we could have had Mahomes, we could have had Mahomes. We traded up to get Trubisky at 2. Live with it. That's your future. And this is the present right now. Patrick Mahomes just running around. Leonard Floyd on that play, it was in the next county. I'm not sure what happened there. But Travis Kelce, touchdown. This was really never a game. If you thought that maybe the Bears would stand up and fight and Trubisky would have a chip on his shoulder, maybe they did, but it didn't amount to points on the scoreboard. Trubisky again drafted number 2. The story, you can't resist it. But it's really time to move on from it. Mitch tried to keep it. He tried to run. No, nothing. 3rd and goal. 4th and goal. There's been one thing really good for the Bears this year, and it's been Allen Robinson, who's been fantastic. But again, I'm going to try to transition and make this about the Chiefs. Good defense, good play, 4th and goal, turned away. The Chiefs defense peaking at the right time. It seems to be a new guy every week who steps up and makes plays for them. You guys want some Mahomes fantastic stuff? How about this? You're going to watch it here and you say, oh, big deal. It's a completion to Kelce. Check out the reverse angle, my friends. Watch the eyes of the reigning MVP. He's looking one way but throwing another. Nate, you called it last year the best play you'd ever seen in your life.
Yeah, that's number 2 on the list.
There it is, number 2.
That's it.
The throw, the catch, and then we got Damian who's going to do a walk-in. That was your proverbial brain buster, people's elbow finishing move. The Chiefs go in, and Andy Reid against his protege pretty much gives them the business. The Chiefs cruise again, 2nd week in a row. They've given up 3 points to the opposing team. There's an interesting thing with Mahomes coming off field after a touchdown. He appeared to be counting, and the takeaway was, are you counting the people who were drafted in front of you, Pat? You don't usually get down like that. What was going on there, number 10 or 15? Sorry.
I don't know if there's necessarily a meaning. I was just kind of in the moment and just enjoying it. I mean, we kind of had a big score there with Dustin coming off the roughing the punter and then getting the first down and scoring before half, knowing you're getting the ball out of the second half. I knew it was a big moment in the game, and you have to take advantage when you get opportunities in the red zone against that defense.
Take a look at the playoff picture. They're 11-4. These Chiefs currently sitting in the 3 seed. They can move up to the 2 seed, and they can still get a first-round bye. Not likely the Patriots would have to lose at home to the Dolphins, but it could happen for the Chiefs. They've got the Chargers on the docket for Week 17. What stood out in this win? More balance than ever. This is a team that's beaten the Ravens, albeit a totally different Ravens team.
Yeah, the thing that stood out for me from the Chiefs yet again, and it's been several weeks in the making, is that this defense is showing up. And it's not just like this is the best Chiefs defense we've seen, and it's so much better than last year. Like, guys, over the last 5 weeks of the season, the Chiefs defense has been the best defense in all of football. They gave Trubisky and Nagy fits. Look at the board here. You're going to see, since week 11, the best defenses in the league.
Wow. Okay.
Chiefs are giving up less than 10 points, and this is not against some scrubs.
Why is this happening?
It's against the Patriots. This is against good teams that they're doing this. And what's happening? They have 8 new defensive starters. They've got a new defensive coordinator, and it's clicking. Mahomes is playing at his very best of the season. He's peaking at the right time. But I'm not even worried about Mahomes. I know he's going to show up in the playoffs. This defense cost them that game up against the Patriots in Arrowhead last year in the AFC Championship game. If this defense plays like this, I have no reason to believe Lamar can go nuts on them. I have no reason Brady can throw all over the yard. the Chiefs' defense that might get them to that Super Bowl. It's not the offense, and their defense is as good as any in the league.
There's always two knocks that I have on the Chiefs, right? We talk about Mahomes. I can't ever say anything bad about him. Is his defense okay, and can they run the ball in the postseason? Do they have the run game? Do they even need it with the way Mahomes looks?
Yeah, Mahomes is outstanding, and he's using his legs.
Yeah.
Like, he's looking better than ever outside the pocket. They have a wide variety of running backs they use. You don't know who to prepare for. They haven't had to rely on that run game yet. That's not necessarily their offense. Andy Reid loves to spread guys out and use the running backs in a lot of ways. Mahomes looks great. Defense looks great. Running game, I think it'll get there if they need it.
Not to mention, you can nickel and dime, use the screen plays, shovel passes, and the little flip plays at the line of scrimmage, which are basically an extension of the run game. So you don't need to traditionally hand it off. I think those days are gone. When I used to get ready for the playoffs, I would look at the weather. Depending on where we were going to play, how are we going to perform in those conditions? So playing in Chicago, it's the lower 30s. I was looking at Baltimore, the same thing, right? That's cold weather for a team that is built on throwing in the air. So when I'm looking at the Chiefs, can they play anywhere in any condition? Can they play indoor? Can they play outdoor? And I feel like they've answered those questions. This past weekend, no matter how cold it was, I looked at the Chiefs and I said, they can do it. A couple of weeks ago, they were playing in that snow game at home.
Yeah.
Denver comes in and snow everywhere. They beat those guys 23-3, and Mahomes was cooking. He was on fire. I mean, Mahomes was on fire in the snow like Mario off the flower on the ice level. So for me, if they have to go to Baltimore and it's cold, if they have to move around and play in the conditions that we look at as players as a little bit chilly, this offense is still going to be phenomenal.
I think it's interesting, this Mahomes counting thing, because, you know, for about a year, Patrick Mahomes has been on the banquet circuit. Every commercial, everything is all about him, you're the MVP. And now he's not. Like, it's all Lamar now, and he's a little under the radar. And I don't think the timing of him counting the number of teams that didn't draft him is a coincidence. Like, there's a sense now, here he is. This guy didn't draft me, this guy. And we're talking about John Ross and Mike Williams and Trubisky and all these guys who went ahead of him. It's also the sense of it, like, he's turning his rings around now. Like, he's cracking his knuckles. Like, it's almost go time for him. We saw a no-look pass yesterday. We saw a very out-of-character celebration. He doesn't do that stuff. Pat Mahomes is jolly and happy and everything. I think this is like, it's time to fight. We're going into the alley. We're a week from the playoffs. I can smell it. And everybody wants to crown Lamar, and it's going to be Brady and everything. Like, I'm still the man. I'm still the mother bleeper, and I'm ready to go. And all these guys are taking in front of me. Don't forget about me. There's some of this going on right here, and it gets me fired up.
Draft context is great. The Goddard stuff, of course, doing that against the Cowboys. You know, the Eagles trading up with the Colts to get that position. The revenge game between Le'Veon Bell and the Steelers. There's some juice to that. This one as well. I got to get your take quickly on a photo that my sister
go for this.
Amanda sent me yesterday that I didn't think would go so crazy on Twitter, but people had feelings about this with Chicago. This is I'm guessing a really serious Bears fan. Why is he wearing that custom Mahomes jersey?
I mean, it's just sadistic. Like, what?
What is this?
I mean, I guess it's a cheap laugh, but, like, I would strongly recommend to get a new jersey. Like, Patrick Mahomes is never going to be the Bears quarterback ever. Deshaun Watson's never going to be. There's a sense for Bears fans of, like, looking at their ex on Facebook and being like, we could have had him. And it's really pathetic. Like, it happened. Sorry, you liked the guy, and Ryan Pace made a move, and it's never going to be undone. I love the fans, and I love a joke. I would get a new jersey. Get a Khalil Mack jersey. He's going to be there a while.
You know, it's funny, like, Phillip Rivers was drafted after, you know, some of these guys, Eli Manning and all that stuff. And he always had that. And then Phillip Rivers went on and had a great, Ben Roethlisberger after Eli Manning and Rivers, and go on and have a great career. Like, Trubisky, I don't know if he could ever shed that.
I know.
I don't know if he's ever going to be Mahomes or
Last night was not it.
Chiefs 11-4, 3 seed in the AFC. They could still get a first-round bye. We'll break down the playoff picture. Of course, more highlights. Let's hop over to the NFC.
Okay.
They were down early. I was worried for a second, and then there was like a 40-yard touchdown from Alvin Kamara, a beautiful run. 2 touchdowns for him, and Michael Thomas made the efforts, and the defense came into play, too.
It takes Drew to make a thing go right.
This one shocked me.
Yeah, this is big.
Brett Hundley, no less.
We're going to talk about this Cardinals win for their entire offseason. This is an escape.